I'm Vaishnavi. I am a junior at NYU studying economics and business studies. I think it was in the middle of my 11th grade. There was a lot of colleges that were coming to my school, and they were telling about the universities and everything. I was considering UK, I was considering Canada, but towards the end of it, I made the decision of strictly sticking to the US education, because in the US it's more easy for me to change my major if I wanted to. Even though I was very sure and certain about economics, the possibility of doing maybe like psychology per se or business per se was easier in the US for me. And I saw a lot of people from my school who went to the US and they had a very seamless experience. So yeah, that's the reason I chose to go study abroad in the US. Actually, that process didn't come to me until my 12th grade. I wrote my SATs, ACTs, I got my predicteds in. And after I decided that I wanted to do economics, me and my counselor sat together. We made a list of schools that suit my needs, but like in the sense that I want to do economics, I wanted it to be in a city space thing, and I just listed down all the schools that I really enjoyed their program, and that's how I narrowed down to NYU. It was the best fit for me that way, and I applied and I got in. But yeah, we were considering Barnard, Boston, Northeastern, Emory, and those are the top universities on my mind that we were considering. Maybe UT Austin as well for their business program. NYU was my dream school. It was a dream school, and doing an ED just increased my possibility of getting into NYU. That's the reason we decided to do EED to NYU. I actually was really bad at planning my SATs. I didn't know if I wanted to take it because I was like, oh no, maybe I want to go to the UK. UK does not need SATs. So I did not take the SATs all through my 11th grade. Only towards the end of 11th grade, I met my counselor and I got the proper guidance that I needed. I took SAT once and ACT I think once as well in my 12th grade, but NYU was test optional, so I didn't have to use my scores. I had a predicted of 42 on 45 for my IB, and coming to my co-curriculars, I had a lot of MUN experiences. Apart from that, my club experiences, environmental club, and in 10th grade, I did a series of projects. I participated in national level CBSE science fairs. A lot of those projects that I put in, I was a part of the prefectorial council, and I was into singing as well. I was part of the school choir, and pretty much those were the things. It was a mixture of leadership. It was a mixture of my my hobbies like singing, painting, or my passion for environment. So for NYU, I applied to the Common App, of course, and there was Common App essay and the NYU essay. Common App essay, I focused more about my journey to IB. Actually, I spoke about where I come from, how my father played a huge important role in pushing me, and how that gives me motivation to come abroad and study. And my YNYU essay was very focused. It was about the kind of classes I want to take at NYU, the professors I want to take the classes with, the clubs I want to join, what I wish to do if I get into NYU, what kind of impact I want to make when I come to NYU. That was very specific, my why NYU essay. I think I had to go through so many drafts to the essay as well. I mean, I learned even at NYU, there's something called shitty first drafts. The first draft can never be good. It's just like, a start. You have to like revise them like 10, 15 times, make a lot of people read it and then take input and just see what works for you and put it out there. So I spoke about 2 professors I wanted to take classes with, and before they were retiring, and before they were retiring I was able to take classes with them. One was Mark Lieberman. I took international economics with him, and one is Science of Happiness class, which I'm taking right now. And I also spoke about Cheese Club, and I'm part of it. I'm part of the Econ Society now. A lot of it, I feel like NYU is just an oyster of opportunities. If you hold on to it, if you grab the opportunities, then you can. Yeah. So you can do anything, like whatever you write in your essay, you can do it if you put in the effort and grab the opportunities. Like in my essay, I wrote about how I wanted to get into public policy. I took a class in my first year in public policy. I realized it's not for me. I was not really enjoying it. So I decided not to pursue it and see if I like business studies, and I really enjoyed it, and that's how I took it. I feel like you don't have to stick with what you write. It's just the thing to get in. After you get in, you can explore all over again, see what you like, what you not like. So, definitely take the international econ for the 200 level requirement. It's a very interesting class. Money and banking, it teaches a lot about real world. So that class for sure. And all my econ classes have been really, really good. One of my economics class, in term microeconomics, the most challenging class I had taken so far, it was with Viplav Sen, and it was amazing. If anyone would like the challenge, then they definitely should take that class as well. And if you're looking for some fun classes, Science of Happiness, it's such an amazing class. It's just been like 3 weeks, but I enjoy every single class. So yeah. NYU has 300 active clubs, so there are so many clubs. It's literally what you want to do. My favorite is definitely the Cheese Club. Lots of free cheese, and apart from that, there are clubs. According to your interest, I'm pretty sure there's a Taylor Swift club. There's a trekking club. There's painting clubs. There are different, like there's investment banking club. There's consulting clubs. It's about how much you want to get involved in either of it. There are clubs where you discuss about movies. So it's about what route you want to take in terms of clubs. So yeah. I had a feeling when I was coming to NYU that I won't have a sense of community or belongingness because NYU is so scattered. I thought it would be hard to make friends. In comparison to other universities, everything is together. It's like a small college town. So you're bound to meet people, you're bound to do things together in the dining halls. But NYU is not that way. It's super scattered. The engineering college is all the way in Brooklyn, and the business and the econ colleges are here near the Washington Square Park. But there's always a sense of community. There are so many events that are hosted by NYU to bridge the gap, to get students together. The welcome week that happens when you're in freshman year, it's the best place to make friends, best place to like find community. So, and the international student lounges or anything, I feel like there's so much effort that's made by NYU to bridge the gap and give the sense of community to people, even though we are scattered across, is great. So yeah. There's a good Indian community. There's a ICC, Indian Cultural Community. Great place to find fellow Indians and make friends. Firstly, I feel it could be very overwhelming because it's a huge transition, and we are bound to face a lot of cultural shock as well. So just be open to exploring and accepting new things. It's going to be like a journey. Maybe the first month is going to be hard, but the second month is going to be much easier than the first month. So staying in there are a lot of like cultural differences that I personally faced as well. It's kind of a shock. Like in the first a few weeks of classes, I'm like, even my TA I used to call professor because I wanted to respect them. And that's what I was taught, that we have to respect them. They're like, you don't have to call me professor. I'm not a professor. Call me by my name. And it was so weird to adjust to that. So yeah, we're bound to face a lot of cultural shock, but we get adjusted to it. Everyone who's an international student. Yeah. I'm honestly exploring. I have done internship over my sophomore summer, tried kind of getting the gist of the corporate world, and I'm leaning towards business development, business analyst, consulting side of field. But definitely I want to work for a few years, and I want to go for my MBA in the future. And yeah, I probably see myself going back and settling in India, but let's see. My only advice would be just work hard, be consistent in your efforts, never lose hope when things don't, turn out the way you want. Just consistently put the effort, see what's good for you, and everything will work out at the end of the day. It will for sure. So just consistently work towards something that you want in terms of co-curriculars or grades or your SATs. Keep working. Yeah, that's it.